Hello everyone, so I'm here to give a quick review of my weekend. It was the Northern Open 13 and I suppose I'm just going to talk a little bit about how it went. So this is now the third event that I've taken my Steel Phalanx to. I think it's probably going to be their last for a little while. I've been playing them for I don't know, 4 or 5 months and I'm enjoying them. But I think it's time that I need to switch things up and change, because realistically I've been playing predominantly the same list. And sometimes it works okay. I think my experience of it is that it works really well with or against some of the newer players. However, when I'm playing more experienced players, they know how to shut it down, how to deal with ODD, as well as it's a very heavy ARO list. And people kind of know what to do with that once you've got a bit of experience under your belt with smoke and alpha striking against me and things like that. So I suppose in preparation for this tournament, I've had a lot of games. I've been playing sort of other Steel Phalanx's list. I've played 2 of the guys that were going to be at the tournament. And funnily enough, my first game was against one of the people that I practiced against. So I played against Matt Spears first, and we played tic-tac-toe. This was kind of like what my list was set up for, because I took an Evo Hacker with it. I took sort of 2 main links and a Matakos links. One was with the Thorakiti link with all my specialists, head by Thrasymedes, and the other was composed of Phoenix, because I love the heavy rocket launcher, alongside Eudoros, because he's pretty cool, and then a Myrmidon, and then Makion's kind of floating elsewhere with a Zanebot and a Warcore, and Atalanta, which is an awesome model when it works, but when it doesn't, it sucks. So the first mission was tic-tac-toe, and whilst I'm kind of set up for it with my Probot, with the Evo Hacker giving you a +3 on all the whip rolls, I'm also kind of sucking hard because I've not thought about it properly. So Thorakiti, or Thorakitai, however you want to say them, they have only got 4-2 move. So it's pretty difficult to get them across the board, especially when you're trying to get over to take out someone's console on their side, which is what extra points are for. So overall, it started a lot better than it did in practice. I held my own for turn 1. Turn 2, I managed to sort of equal Matt in terms of capturing the consoles. But the beginning of turn 3, he systematically took out all of my specialists, and I think left me with 1 or 2 guys, because there's no retreat on this mission, if I'm right in saying that. And I couldn't really do anything apart from stop him securing the HPT. So the day started out a little bit rough with a 0-9 to Matt. However, I don't feel too bad, because he won the last event I was at, and he also came first in this event. So he's a good player, and it was a really good fun match. And like I say, a lot more even than it was in my practice games, which I'm kind of happy with, because I thought I was going to get tabled as soon as I saw that I drew him. So going into the second round, I'm pretty much decimated and near the bottom end of the table, and I pull Alan, otherwise known as Bane, on the forums, and immediately I was like, shit, because I know he's better than I am, but he'd had a rough first game as well. And I suppose this first game is Acquisition. Sorry, the second game that we're playing is Acquisition, and I'm playing against his Vanilla Aleph. Something again that I'd practiced against, but I've never ever gotten to play Alan before. Seen him, I think I've been to 7 Northern Opens now, maybe more, and we've never managed to cross paths before, because he's usually a lot higher up in the table than me. So I can't explain to you just how poorly my dice went, but also how well Alan executed his game plan. So I think, without exaggerating, I had 5 successful rolls in the entire game, and it went 3 turns, and 3 of those were armor saved. So it was really, really brutal, but I didn't help myself by making some poor decisions. So I thought I'd had a really good ARO setup, equally, so did Alan, to be fair. He had, I think, a Gimas with Furbox. I might be wrong in the model that had that, but it was a 4-box. There was a Krakot that came round. 2 Garud attack box came down and sort of made work around the back lines. It was a really, really brutal game. And it was still funny. It was good. Alan's a very, very chill player. There were times when we both made mistakes, when we both needed to sort things out, and he was really, really cool about it. We kind of just sort of said, you know what, sod it. And it worked well in terms of like, can you see this? No. Can you see that? It felt very fair, and I really enjoyed playing against him, actually. Despite getting 10-0'd, it was absolutely brutal, and there was nothing I could do to stop him. He really, really hit hard. Very, very well executed. You could tell like he's played Aleph for a long, long time. So that was a really, really good game to put me in fighting for the wooden spoon. I haven't been this low in a tournament in years now, to be honest. I suppose I thought I was getting quite good, but perhaps maybe it was just Toha, because that's the only people that I've managed to get quite high up with their inbuilt sort of, I suppose, I don't really know what to call it, but they're kind of built to take a bit of punishment and then you can still recover very easily. So it was really, really low. I think I've only been this low at my very, very first tournament 4 years ago. Surprisingly, the Northern Open. When over the last couple of years I managed to work my way all the way up to sort of second, I think is the highest I've come, 2 tournaments back to back. Didn't really have a lot of success with Morats, didn't have a lot of success with Ariadna. Didn't do fantastic with Hakerslam, although I quite enjoy them. So yeah, Aleph's been okay. I've been placing sort of top 3rd. I don't think my list is optimized, but this would have been a perfect list. So I only took a single list, and that was the cause of 2 Ectremoys not turning up for me to go and play with. So ideally it wasn't really an optimized list for the last 2 missions, but it didn't really matter. So the last game I was playing against was Bobble-Eater, who's Robbie. He's been getting back into the game. We sometimes play online League of Legends together, and he's a really nice guy, and I haven't seen him in absolutely ages from the York scene. So we were playing Capture and Protect for the last mission, and it was one of those missions, or one of those games, I suppose, where you're kind of there going, sorry, sorry, sorry. Because like I say, I suppose a lot newer players can't deal with the ARO threats that I've got. So Atalanta, Total Reaction HMG, Phoenix with a heavy rocket launcher, lots of link teams increasing bursts. So it was brutal. For the rare occasion, I actually chose to go first, and in my first turn I managed to run all the way across the board, and I think taking out about 50% of his army with me. Atalanta sniped out a huge amount of things, and Yodoros managed to take down a Daiokai. It was good. I managed to cheat myself out getting the wooden spoon and a free ticket to the next Northern Open, but we had a really funny game. I mean, I think the second roll of the game we were both critting and on 3s. So it was really, really funny, and it was nice to play him again because I haven't seen him in ages. But that landed me, how did I end that again? I want to say that I ended with a 9-0 victory, perhaps 6-0 victory. 6-0, I got 6-0. Couldn't manage to do my classified. But yeah, that's how it kind of ended. But I managed to get it to a point where he had absolutely, and I mean 0 points left on the board in terms of victory points. So I think I ended the day on 21 out of 24, which is really, really poor for me. So it's made me have a think about what I'm going to do in the upcoming months. I think I might try out JSA, or I might go back to Toha and just try new units. Me and Luke have got a doubles tournament at the Harlequins in Preston soon, so I think for 200 point army list, it could be quite funny having the Toha back out. But I've also got the JSA box set behind me that I need to get out and get get on the table. So gonna have a play around, have a see what's what. The Northern Open this time was really, really nice, and even though we had a blaringly hot day, surprisingly it didn't get too warm in the Cardigan Centre, as it sometimes does. It was a crazy amount of new people, which was really, really nice. I'm quite used to going in there and knowing about maybe 18 out of the 24 people, but we had people that come up from London, like Toby Hall, the Walker, who runs the tournaments down there. We had him and all of his buddies. We had loads of new people from, I think some people came down from Edinburgh that I don't usually know. So it was really nice actually to have a load of fresh faces, but I didn't get to play all of them. So maybe next time, which will be cool. So I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Hopefully I'll get back on the wagon soon. Yeah, watch this space.